So, starting over, my name's Joy. David's in the kitchen being a douchebag. Fuck off. And the girlfriend's still at school. So, reasons why I gave the Division a 5 out of 10. I gave the Division a 5 out of 10, specifically because there's no raids. Right, David?
Nope.
No raids. No endgame. Yes, you have the Dark Zone, but that's gonna get old quick. We've already got people on the Division forums. Actually, let's go over here real quick. As you guys can see, this is the full forums for Tom Clancy's The Division. I'll scroll up so you can, yeah, see the Division general discussion, Ubisoft forums. Okay, so now we know where we are. And if we scroll down, we'll see endgame loot is utterly broken. I mean, scroll down. Some guy posted now what? I don't see his post. Let's go to page 2 real quick. Maybe we'll find it unless Ubisoft moved it or deleted it. Interesting. It's not here. So let's go back and see if we can find it. It's probably one I've already clicked. It was fun while it lasted. Now what? Okay, so 3 days after launch, the game is boring. Sitting at 140k damage with 75k health, done 100% on all 3 supply wings. 3 of the supply wings, farmed 39 in the Dark Zone, and completed the hard dailies up to date. Challenge ones are ridiculous even with the full group. People are doing challenge modes because there's really nothing else to do. And everyone and their mom on this forum is trying to defend the lackluster of Endgame. There's no raid, basically. I'm already 30. Plenty of other people are 30 now. Saying there's a story in the Division is like saying there's a story in Destiny. There's not. There is a story, but it's not fleshed out well because you can choose your own path to go down it. The missions can change. Thank you.
No problem.
So, overall, whether or not you take your time in a Division could lead to burnout, right? Even if you hit 30, you'll still be burnt out once you hit 30 unless you're into PvP and you go in the Dark Zone, which will get old very quickly and whatnot. There's no raid! There's no raid right now. Ubisoft hasn't announced anything. The only thing I've seen them announce is, their fucking number spouting. Oh, Division sold 7 million copies, or, so on and so on. And this is mainly the reason why I gave it a 5 out of 10. Visually, music, graphics, music, sound, all that shit, that's all great. But that's great in every game nowadays. Content. We gamers need content. And the fact that I got people that are defending this product on these forums saying, oh, you must be a robot, or one guy called this dude a cyborg because he beat the game in 3 days. Look, WoW is the downfall of gaming, right? So WoW, not really, WoW wasn't the downfall, but WoW started this casual trend. So you got your casual players and your elite players. Your elite players, like the op of this post. Op is correct, this game is shit. I mean, you have people who've beaten the game and there's nothing else to do. I mean, you can make a new character, but you'll play the story again and it's grindy, and I mean, what's the point? You might as well just grind everything on one character and put the rest in your stash. But without a decent end game or things to do at the end of the game becomes very boring. They market it as an RPG. You can get to level 30 fairly quickly, even playing on a non-3-day period. You could get to 30, no problem. It's the gearing up that probably took the guy 3 days. But honestly, this looter shooter is running out of meaningful content already within the 3rd day. We're not even a week in. And again, I've already hit 30. Many other people are now 30. If you're not running the Dark Zone, you're not playing the game. You're waiting for the resets because they reset every 24 hours and you only get 3 of them. Whereas Destiny bounties had like 12. let me put it this way: the top guild, Paragon from WoW. If you played the Lich King back in the day, you'll know who Paragon is. They're like the Patriots of guilds on WoW. They ended up leaving the game because the game got too casual and they were too elitist for it. And on top of that, they just didn't see the point in doing the grind anymore and getting world first anymore. So they basically quit. They disbanded. That's a huge blow to WoW because that's like your best competitional guild, the guild who always got first, the NFL superstars, you know, whatever, 3 years running or whatever, fucking up and left. They were tired of his shit. They put down the axe or whatever, and they said, I'm tired of this shit. Same thing's going on with not only Destiny, but with the Division as well, and it's sad to see. I honestly thought the Division would have a more compelling story than it did, and more like eerie effect, you know, with the cleaners and whatnot. I could give a shit if it's like Destiny, but the fact is Ubisoft saw what Destiny did and how successful it was. I don't really like that direction of the game, but at the same time, I see why it's there. However, the Dark Zone is awful. Like, see, most games, Ubisoft is done after this. Pretty much, a lot of people are realizing that the game has no content. I said this in beta. This was something I said in beta. This game had no content. I saw this in beta because they locked everything off to you. So either they had a lot of content to offer, or they didn't want to show you stuff because they didn't have anything to show. And they knew that it was repetitive like the missions were in beta, like the side missions. And so by not showing you it, they made you want to buy it so that they already have your money by not showing you it. You see what I'm saying? And then they also didn't give reviewers day one copies because of the same thing. Ubisoft played their cards right. They got your money now, though. It's too late. Deal with the facts. So that's why I give the game a 5 out of 10. Content mainly. Sure, there's a free update coming. God knows how many months we're going to have to wait for that shit. By then I'll have Fallout 4 DLC, though, so it won't matter. This game is not even a week old yet, and people are already sick of it. Myself included. I still like the game. I gave the review I did because I do think it could be improved upon. But to not have content in your game, and like I said, I saw this a mile away from beta. I still pre-ordered the game though because I had hoped that Ubisoft would actually put in some endgame stuff, and they will in DLC, in the free update, maybe in the season pass. So, like Battlefront, got another one of those basically. So that's why I gave the game a 5 out of 10. Again, I still like the game. My girlfriend's gonna come home. We're gonna play it, but I have to shut my brain off like I do on Need for Speed, the new Need for Speed that came out by EA. I have to shut my brain off to actually enjoy the game. Because if I don't, I'll probably start nitpicking at all the bullshit Ubisoft has given to the player base. So, with that said, guys, my name's been Joy, but I figured I'd go ahead and post this video explaining in detail why I chose 5 out of 10. And it's mainly because of the content. There's a severe lack of endgame content. The story also wasn't very good. It's depending, you have these different missions you can go to, security, tech, and medical or whatever, and they build up different wings of your base. Again, you get different cutscenes for each one, and they're so out of place because there's no specific order that it tells you to go with these cutscenes. So you just talk to somebody and you're like, oh, okay, whatever, cool. They're not gripping. So, yep. And repetitive missions, side quests, and all that. That's also another reason. So, 3 major things that can make or break a game. Your end game, which Ubisoft says is the Dark Zone. I don't like PvP. If there was a way to turn it off in the Division, I would. But I don't like PvP. So I'm doing the PvE to see if Ubisoft was actually lying or not when they tweeted out. You can still get the same high-end loot from the Dark Zone in PvE. It's just hard to get. Okay, we'll see. But right now there's no PvE content. And that's the only reason it's basically like the beta. There was no PvE content in the beta, but there was the Dark Zone. There's no PvE content in the full game, but there's the Dark Zone. It boggles my mind, guys. Yes, there's challenge modes. Great, gravy. But they're the same fucking story missions you did once already. Like Destiny Strikes. Remember those? Remember those? We all remember those. So, again, this is the reason why I gave it a 5 out of 10. Again, I don't hate the game. I still play the game. Still have some gearing up I want to do. But it's not going to be something I'm going to be sticking with for a very long time. If Ubisoft does not add some sort of free update raid, the incursion that was currently on the map. It's on the map in the game, you just can't access it without the update. So until that's added, I don't see people sticking around for this, and that's a damn shame. So with that said, guys, miners enjoy. Take care. Again, reasons why I gave it a 5 out of 10. Hope you all enjoy it, and yeah, take care.